Maestro,
Yes. Come stai?
bene Evelino, felice di essere ancora insieme a
Di
Covent Garden,
rivederci,
di rivederci in
sì.
questo fantastico teatro.
È vero.
In fact, I did my audition here with Mimi and Louise, I remember, my first audition and the only one. It was in Covent Garden. I made my debut here with La Bohème.
Really?
Yes, and then when I finished the Academy of Music, I also sang La Bohème, so I sang Mimi's. And for me, this opera and everything related, for me, they are really top of my career all the time. So I cannot, of course, I did a lot of repertoire even with you, Maestro.
Yes, absolutely.
How many?
Yes.
Many titles.
Yes, absolutely.
But for La Bohème, I remember our first Bohème in Torino. It was
2003, the opening season.
Exactly, it was
wonderful.
Absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful. I remember. I have a fantastic memory about it.
Yeah. I believe it.
And then, for the first time, I had this opportunity to listen to you for the first time here at Covent Garden in Violetta.
Ah, in Violetta.
With the Maestro Solti.
I
remember.
Of course. For me, in fact, this year we have 30 years from my first Traviata.
Yes,
and for the new production, so it was.
I received a huge impression. From you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, for me it's really a legendary. It is.
Edition,
absolutely,
special edition.
Absolutely, everything was special.
Yeah.
Every detail.
I conducted for the first time here.
Yes. When was
in 93,
for the first time?
When, in the Paleozoic period.
Don't say that, Maestro. No.
I'm joking.
Of course.
So, and then what do you think about? Yes, you said before Bohème, no? Puccini. Puccini is. We talk about it during these days, no?
Yes.
About this
a lot.
incredible music. It's it's something. I don't know. When you sing or when I conduct, we make music. This music particularly, no? What do you think? There's an emotion, a particular emotion, no, inside.
Puccini is the essence of really truthness and theatrical
and
moments.
Also cinematic.
And very cinematic. No? I did Toscano with the Royal Opera House. Puccini generally needs somebody who really understands, as you do,
the text,
the meaning of each note, the meaning of all the details.
Then in the opposite side also, the elegance
and my God,
very refined music, and then for me, it's my opinion, personal opinion. For a conductor, General Puccini, the singers, the conductors, they push, they ask, but often is so, so incredible. Is inside.
I know. Sometimes yes, you're right. Sometimes, as we know, and of course, we have different situations in the opera houses all over the world in different productions. And for me, in fact, I go on another idea now to have a new Bohème. I feel like I'm da capo. Yes. My debut again. I mean, you can do your debut all your life. In fact, opera singers, trust me, I think, and also the conductor, because your score can, if you can see his score, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God!
When I was younger, I was there to write a lot.
Of course.
Now, of course.
But I like that to go to details, and all the time it's a place in our souls and in our brain, in our way to make opera believable, and also for new productions or for a different situation, really like a new bohème. I always love. No,
we discovered. No?
You discovered,
new things.
Yes, we discovered.
I propose you propose me.
Yes, but, and I like that.
And then also the text is important for me, not only for Puccini, but Puccini also the punteggiatura. For example, when it's written, for example, a comma, a point, 2 points,
the
question point.
Exactly.
Okay?
He put
everything. Underline.
Yes, absolutely.
And then in Puccini, this is really important.
We need to be careful. Also, that,
no?
Yes, it's everything. It's there.
All the details.
All the details.
Thank you.
But it's true.
I love you.
I love you too. I remember exactly now when I start my aria.
Yes.
No,
when we can discuss about.
We discuss.
Yes, because for example, as we know, we have the first violin. They start immediately with the E, not E, and then you start and then si mi chiamano, no,
mi. Ma il mio nome è Lucia.
No? Simple. And then Puccini, Saint Puccini, wrote in the autograph con semplicità.
Yeah.
And then it's beautiful because mi chiamano Mimì, ma il mio nome è Lucia.
Yeah,
no,
it's
so
sweet and simple.
Sweet, so young, so fresh, so.
And we can understand the question and the answers.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
No,
I love that. Yeah, the public, they pay the ticket to see us, so they want to be or to live our life of La Bohème or whatever role with us on stage. And that's for me absolutely fantastic, because all the time I have a different age, different perspective, different conductor, different, like now, different production, or of course, different partners. And that makes each details for me, makes like, okay, let's do this one. What is new on this one? Of course, I need to die at the finale. How many times I get the compliment, Angela, you died so nice. Oh, thank you so much. Also, something very important. I cannot be who I am and who we are without the people from the theater, with everybody. For me, all the time, the Sitzprobe, or Italiana, we say, with the first rehearsal with the orchestra, the choir, all the people working in the house. For me, if I have a smile, they give me force, they give me everything. It's very, and with energy, and with them, we are a team, we are a family, and we all dream to have the best night of our life.
And then, sorry if I interrupt you,
of
but
course.
Also we must underline also that we are so lucky to be musicians and to make music in this so difficult world, no?
Yes, we live in a difficult world, and that's why I still believe. No, I always believe in truthness, in talent, and also to have all the time the fire inside here to share, because I want to share. We want to share.
But we must firstly transmit, of course, and then to share. No?
Of course. But till that moment, it's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
I agree.
Thank you, maestro. Grazie. Molto gentile.
Prego.
For me, each performance I have the same expectation.
Yes,
I
yes.
never had for the first performance or third, or I don't know how many performances we have. You know, I'm the type of artist that I never lose the, you know, I never lose the happiness really to be on stage and to be myself exactly. If I'm by myself studying a role, if I'm doing the rehearsal or 5 or 10 performances, no, I never sang 10 performances, that's a lie. I want to sing well, not too many. But for each performance, what I am doing, from the first note, I'm thinking about the last note. And also in my career, from the first role, I'm thinking about the last role. So I always am careful, and I feel very responsible not to lose the freshness of my body, of my mind, of my spirit. So that, in fact, this is why we are artists, and the public. I was lucky enough. I felt that all the time the public feels that in the skin, and also what I discover, and I really adore, the silence I have in the same time with the public. When I breathe and I take my time, few seconds, and all the public, we breathe together. And then we start again. I love that.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, yes, absolutely. We are artists.
Of course.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think also that every night is different, because our biorhythms are different.
Absolutely.
Human people, artist people, I mean, no?
Yeah.
And then it's so difficult to have. We are absolutely concentrated. Everybody, because we perform, we must transmit something.
In a house like this.
Yeah.
This is my house. You must know. Royal Opera House is my house. Okay. I cannot feel otherwise. Each millimeter, it's part of my life.
Oh, but I agree.
Covent
Garden Royal Opera House also
Absolutely.
for me is always an emotion, and then I'm so proud.
Yeah,
to make music here and to do this bohème with Angela, with the other singers, because we have a very good
and we
atmosphere.
have a wonderful cast, by the way.
Wonderful cast, very good atmosphere, no?
Absolutely,
Big
wonderful.
class.